Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andrew Davis. I got my friend Keenan here, and we are talking wrestling. Obviously, SummerSlam happened last weekend, which we're primarily going to talk about. Well, I can't speak today, but we're going to be talking a lot about that. But how are you, Keenan?
I'm doing good. You just figured out why I called the show Last WWE Tonight. Because it all happened last week and ain't shit we can do about it now, bro. So what's up with you, Mecca? You ready for what is it? The Bash at Berlin? Is that the next thing? The Bash at
you
Berlin?
mean you mean the annual screwing of Drew McIntyre?
Oh, is that gonna happen again? Like, Jesus Christ, that guy. Like, I swear to God, like
That guy is so good, though. He's so good.
he is good, but I feel like I'm less watching like a rape if he was like not getting raped. You know what I mean? Like seriously. See, it was if I was actually watching Drew McIntyre get raped by like some inmate type of dudes. It'd be less than what's going on
This
in
week's
WWE to
sponsor,
that dude.
this week's sponsor is Vaseline. No,
No, this week's sponsored is no Vaseline, motherfucker. That's how they get. That's how WWE is giving it to Drew.
There's so many things I could say, so little time.
Yeah, that's how he's getting it.
I don't have any sponsors this month, so I don't have to behave. It's amazing.
You don't have any sponsors for this show, anyways. Like, you better not be sponsored, dude. I'm 50. Like, I better know about these sponsorships. Damn it! I want four hams. I want the bald shit. I want. I don't know what else. Maybe what's the lawnmower trimmer for your pubic hairs, dude. I want maybe the squatty potty, dude. These are all these are good companies. I want, dude. Let's get those. Let's get those sponsorships,
I
bro.
mean, I mean, no, nobody's gonna be sponsoring me for a while, and I don't really want anybody sponsors money right now because again, I'm having a good time, and that's how I feel. Is that I'm good, and I don't need a sponsor right now because it's so much easier not to have a sponsor.
Fuck a bunch of sponsors. Fuck a sponsorship. I want to pay for everything out of my pocket. That's what I want to do.
It's not that I want to pay for things out of my pocket. It's just that like right now I'm just focusing on the show, right? And I would rather build a good product and not worry about it because it's not that expensive to run this shit. So,
Right.
but enough about that. Enough about that. I'm good if everybody's wondering. So
But
yeah,
wait,
but
wait, no, nobody asked how the fuck you were doing, Mecca. No, I'm joking, dude. I'm joking, dude. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad everything's going well. Somebody with that East Coast is treating you right, and that's good. That's good talk, bro.
I'm,
That's
I'm
good
I'm
talk.
doing okay. In which that things aren't easy, but I'm doing okay. But enough about that. I want to talk about SummerSlam. So, what did you think of the whole show?
There. I know. It kind of. I mean, I don't know, dude. Kind of at a loss for words. I mean, the Seth, Cody, Drew McIntyre. That's left open to. That was the main event, and that's again the avenues. I mean, was Vince McMahon just the dumbest motherfucker ever? I guess because just everything they've changed since that dude left is just. I mean, no longer the big ramp going down. I love the just walking out like it's old school between all the fans. I love all that shit, dude. But the actual show, I mean, they change. Okay, what's up? Nia Jax is the new monster heel, right? That's what she's portraying, right? Am I wrong about that? She's the new monster heel, right?
Not exactly sure what she's portraying.
Well, I feel like she's coming like I'm the monster. Like she's the monster heel. She's like the big tough baddie that everybody's got to fucking want. Like that's the way she came at Bailey. Like yeah, maybe before. Like I ain't the same that you know in 2017. I'm no more happy go lucky Nia. Absolutely. And then right after that, she was like, "Okay, me and Tiffy are so happy that I won." Everybody I was like, "What the fuck happened to that heel turn there, Nia?" Like I understand you just won the fucking championship, but you shouldn't be so damn happy. I don't think. Don't be too smiling.
So. I enjoyed the show, man. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was a solid show.
I caught it. Like I started watching live after the Rhea. Dom and whatever the fuck her name, the booty. What's her name? The bootyful woman. Bootyful.
Oh,
She's.
Liv Morgan.
Oh my God, Liv fucking booty.
Okay. So let's talk about this match.
I need
This
like
is the
5 minutes
greatest
long
match
after we talk
of
about
all
her.
time. Here's why. That was that shot. This is amazing. This is amazing. This is like unbelievable. And how the fuck did they not do that before?
I love that you got the fucking you got the shots right there. How did they not do that? Let me just tell you, out of all the divas, the fucking announcer is the fucking most sexiest woman of them all. With her fucking booming voice like that. I mean, come on now. Just she is the sexy. I mean, you don't have to see that in fucking garter shit and everything. And I'm watching in playback, so that's why maybe I'm a little bit behind on you. I'm watching this live, and that way you can see my.
I'm always behind.
I bet you are. I bet you take it. I bet you take it. No, I'm joking. But no. All right, Liv Morgan. I mean, I knew that Dom was gonna. I knew the Judgment Night was Judgment Day. I want to say Judgment Night every fuck. Isn't that one of theirs? The Judgment Night or the Judgment Day or something? Whatever. I knew that was pretty much over, and I knew. I mean, there's just no way. I mean, Rhea Ripley.
Over. It should have been over, like legitly the pay-per-view after Mania.
I mean, Rhea Ripley is legit a beautiful woman, but when it comes to bootyful Liv Morgan and those cut off fucking jeans, like, come on. I mean, I'll take Rhea Ripley's face licking all day long, but come on now.
I mean, they're clearly turning Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley face or anti-hero at the very least.
Yeah, and I feel like it's gonna be because wasn't Damian and Rhea like the first to start the Judgment Day or whatever?
With Edge, yeah.
Yeah, so they might be them against the world. Which why didn't they ever put them together? I mean, they seem like. And do you know, dude? Talk about black doesn't crack. Fucking Damian Priest is my fucking age, bro. Like, what the fuck, dude? He's 41 years old, dude.
That's crazy, right? See, the average WWE superstar now is older, right? So like LA Knight, I think is like 37.
Yeah,
that's not young. That's not young. I mean, when John Cena was entering, you know, he was what, like 24? When right. John Cena was I think in his first WWE championship when he met 27.
But I knew Damian Priest was older, but I mean, okay, look at Damian Priest. You know, legit LA Knight is old. Whether he's 37 or not, Caucasian fucking crumbles. You know that dude's fucking old.
But you also feel that LA Knight is older, right?
Yeah.
That, like I watch LA Knight, I get a sense that the guy has wisdom off of him. Like it's a weird thing, but you feel like he's more of like weathered in the ring. With Damian Priest, I don't feel he's weathered in the ring. Like I don't view his age doesn't come up. Is the point. With LA Knight, his age comes up. When you look at somebody like AJ Styles, you can tell the age comes up. You know, when you look at Rey Mysterio, I don't think the age factor comes up.
And again, we're talking about Caucasian fucking. It's the difference between Caucasian people and every other race. Me and you look like we're about to die. Anybody else our age look completely normal, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like for some reason. It just the way it goes. I'm just saying. Like I was super. Like I was watching whatever pregame thing or something, and it was like the little Damian Priest behind the scenes there. I was like, this motherfucker is 41 years old. How? Like
but then again, the Miz doesn't look like he's older.
The Miz, I can't, dude. I remember the Miz. I was into the Real World when the Miz was on the Real World doing all his Miz shit. I remember watching like. This is the dumbest fucking dude ever. But this guy has made millions and you got to give credit to that. As you always say, I like the dude's position on shit because he has made $1 million off of nothing.
And he's never hurt.
No, he's never hurt, and he's got like a sexy ass woman. He's literally like, I would have never picked the dumbass guy from the real
And he
world.
has 2 kids, and he's still married to the mother of his children.
So he's
I
definitely had sex. You're saying the man has definitely had sex before. Gotcha.
Yes, exactly. I
His
mean,
and
there's a
Mrs.
lot
his
of
wife.
we know Tom is straight because he had a baby with Katie.
Then I have no response to this. You ruined it, dude. Conversation of
Break you.
conversations and pop culture. All
Are
right,
you
so
broken?
we're on to we kind of talked about match number 1, dude. Our fucking
This is the farewell tour, Keenan. This is the farewell tour.
Speaking of which, the farewell world tour. I watched Ricky Stenicki the other day, and the entire time I'm like, where the fuck is John Cena's bald spot? This movie, like, there's no way he went that bald in that amount of time, John Cena.
Doesn't he have another one coming out soon too?
Well, dude, I just saw him in I've noticed like in this Ricky Stenicki, like in one of the scenes, like he's wearing like this big Indiana Jones type hat. I'm like, they put that on him so they don't have to like CGI that bald spot this scene. They did that for monetary reasons. Like there's something about it, dude. Like he just
He
can't.
has a movie coming out soon, John Cena, like Lottery or something.
Yeah, probably. Will there be a bald spot? Watch there. Where did it go? Well, where did you go? A bald spot. Well, where did you go? I'm serious. I am so serious. As a bald man.
So we spoke about match 1. What was match 2?
Let me think. Match 2. That's about when I came in at because I missed.
I mean, basically we had Logan Paul versus LA Knight.
That was a good match, and Logan Paul never. You got despite he does the heel shit. Despite I'm not for sure if I dislike him just because he's a wrestling heel at the moment. If I dislike him just because I wouldn't like you no matter what. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to give him like, ooh, he's such a good wrestler. He's a wrestling heel, but I don't think I'd like him in any form or fashion. But he is a good wrestler, and it was a good match.
I enjoyed the fact that, he came out with his thing. And then what I really liked is that I think Logan Paul came out with Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool. And I like the fact that LA Knight took a pipe to the Prime truck, and then that's how it started. I really enjoyed just the setup for that match.
Have you tried Prime yet?
I have. I've tried a Prime.
Oh my god, it is the sugar. It's like a melted fucking Slurpee. And like what? I went to a convenience store. My son's like, "Oh, Prime!" And my son's 5. I was like, I want to be like, "Why the fuck do you know about Prime, little fucking bastard?" But so I get him a Prime. It's this blue rat. I swear, it's like a melted Slurpee or melted slushy in a bottle. So
I wasn't a fan of it. Like it doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't hydrate shit. Don't call it they call it the hydration station. I was like, there's no way this is hydrating anything. It's sugary and it's made for kids. Hydration station, my ass.
I drink my Monster. I really enjoy my Monsters.
Although I would not mind trying a Prime with a little bit of Wheatley vodka. For real, I'm not even bullshitting. A little bit of Prime with Wheatley vodka might that. I'm not a proponent, and you said we don't have sponsors, right?
Yeah, we don't have sponsors. Yeah.
All right, 14-year-old, 15-year-old Keenan would be drinking the shit out of some Prime with some Wheatley vodka. I'm telling you for sure, dude. I'd be like, dude, have you tasted this? Mix it together.
I was a good 15-year-old kid. I wasn't in any trouble. I wasn't doing any drugs. I was boring, and I was like white as like white can be, just nerdified. It was.
That's still the case. But do you want to know why I got married at 19? Because I did I did shit that people usually do in college and like junior high and high school and shit. Like 19, I was like, yeah, I need to fucking get my life together. I need to figure my shit out, bro. Shit's not gonna go good if I don't get like somebody to like force me to do some shit. So that was so Logan Paul. What was match 2? Was there something? Nia Jax, Bailey, Logan Paul.
Well, yeah. I mean, Nia Jax versus Bailey. That was whatever. Sami Zayn versus
that was
Braun
a big
Breaker. That
deal.
was awesome. That was
A good fucking match. All right. So I guess there was this thing about him calling what's his name, Pat McAfee, maybe calling it the Frankensteiner, but then I guess he corrected, he's called it the Breaker Steiner. But again, Steiner or not, why the fuck is his name Braun Breaker if you're responding to the fact that he's a Steiner? Like, what, you're contradicting? Why isn't it just a breaker or some shit? I don't know, dude. Like, what? I don't know. Like, it's very upsetting to me, and especially now in this day and age, I almost want like Triple H to come out and be like, "Yo, guys, this was a fucking mistake. That guy's name is not Braun Breaker."
I think that they're in a weird position now, right? Because Braun Breaker came in when you couldn't own your names, and now you can under new contracts, but you built up Braun Breaker. Like that's part of the problem. Is that what do you do? Change his name now?
Oh, no, I guess that wasn't for me. Sorry, I thought I had a knock at the door.
So, like, I think they're in a tough spot with him because you don't want to. You built him up. That's the next big thing. Minus the whole fucking Undertaker burying him, which was fucking stupid as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
The Undertaker didn't need to bury Braun Breaker.
No, he didn't need to do that. But I mean, the fact I get where you're coming from. He came in at a weird time. They built Braun Breaker up. So, but how much would it really cost them now to just be like, yo? You'd almost make a collector's item in like 10 years. Like, hey, this is I remember this when WWE tried to call me Braun Breaker. Nah, I'm a Steiner. You know
I think what right now he has a title, so I don't think it's the time to do it. I think that you take him off television for 3 months, or let's say he got injured, right? And you took him off, and then he came back as a Steiner. That could work, but like they need an exit to get him off and then get him back in.
He's wearing the neon fucking tights and shit. Like he is a Steiner. You wouldn't even have to tell me he's a Steiner for me not to know he's a fucking Steiner. Like it's just so ridiculous. But like you said, it was a great. I loved how Breaker came out and just stomped him. It was a fucking mud stomping within 6 minutes, or I think maybe 7 minutes long, less than 10-minute match, dude. Fucking Zayn was out of there.
So I enjoyed the match, and then what else was there? I mean, there was some other stuff. I mean, there's only like 7 matches on this card, right?
Gunther and Gunther and Priest. That was for sure. I mean, you knew Gunther. It was time. I mean, same with Breaker and Gunther. You knew they had to take the title. Like you can't have a Braun Breaker and have him losing to fucking Sami Zayn twice in a row. Like you almost knew like it was gonna take the title. And same thing with Gunther. Like he doesn't need a title, but he is.
I was sad to see it go off of Damian Priest.
I was sad to see it go, but also Gunther's the type to hold the fucking title and actually build up. If you want to make the world championship an actual fucking title, I think Gunther's the one that holds it and like destroying everyone. And nobody can take the throne, you motherfuckers. You come get the throne. I'm the ring general. But
I think it makes sense because now you're also taking it where Gunther is not going to challenge Cody Rhodes, which opens up other things. So like it takes that challenger off for a while.
And Damian's not going to come back and ask for a rematch because he's going to be too busy taking out Finn over this shit now. So now Damian's completely out of that game. And again, I like him, but I think they think they can do something else with him. Maybe put him someplace else. Because I don't think he was really working out as a champion. I just don't. Not to take anything away from him, not to say like, oh, his wrestling style was shit or anything. I just don't think he was like fully taken off as the champion.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm a little sad. I'm a little sad to see him go. I would have liked to have seen Damian Priest have a little bit more of a run, but I mean, what was he, the champion from Mania onward to now?
Yeah, right around there. But I'm saying they should have left. They were trying to turn him. He came in like you were talking about the weird times. He came in at a weird time where he was like right at the brand of the time where they're trying to turn him face and. But he would have been a better champion as a heel. It would have been better if like him just pushing like judge like in them. The fact that like, I don't want any help. Fuck it if they think you're a paper champion, bitch. You're making paper like. Keep your championship, motherfucker. Gunther is gonna give a fuck if his little ring bitches come after him. Like you haven't seen those motherfuckers in a while.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, I'm just sad to see it, the belt off of Damian Priest, because I wanted to see more of that, and I wanted to see Finn go after Damian with the title a little bit.
That would have been good, but then you got but I'm telling you, they're trying to disband the Judgment Day altogether. Dom doesn't need him. What's her name doesn't. Rhea Ripley doesn't need him. They don't. I mean, really, and
Oh,
really and
this
truly.
is what I think, though, right? I think they need the Judgment Day as a faction, but I think what you have is that you have Finn Balor there, and then you have somebody there, but now Dom's going to get the hell out of the Judgment Day, but that's coming at like Survivor Series. So Dom's going to be there for a little bit longer, but then he's going to leave. But then you have Finn Balor, JD McDougall, maybe Liv Morgan's the new in there for a while. And then what you have is Rhea Ripley's out of that, Damian Priest is out of that, and then somebody leaves, and then somebody else comes in who's just coming in and is kind of a stepping stone. And then you're building up talent because you got Carlito in the Judgment Day now. And so like now you're just moving pieces in and out so
See,
that
but I like Carlito, Dom, Finn Balor, and the JD guy, and Liv Morgan if she comes. I like that as a little faction. It's kind of like it kind of feels like a second tier heel faction that's trying to build themselves up better. You know what I mean? Like they lost their two big fucking monsters, and so they're trying to scratch their way back up through the fucking ranks and shit. With fucking Dom doing his Latino hit, they're the type of people that don't mind being the villains. You know what I'm saying? Like I kind of like that as a faction. That's a good. That's a good. I like those. I don't want to see Dom go. I think Dom would do good in a faction like that.
No. I mean, the way I see it is though is that all of a sudden, let's say that it's time for Dom to leave at a certain point. You bring somebody else who needs heat and needs attention because then they're protected in a faction.
All right.
So,
See, they don't have to do any of these, and that's the thing about all these matches that we talked about. They don't have to take the next step or another step with any of these things for months and months. Dom doesn't have to leave the Judgment Day until after Survivor Series, till coming up on WrestleMania, even after the next WrestleMania. You know what I mean? They can take their slime. They can take their time with everything and slowly peel the fucking onion, layer by layer.
I agree. And then the beautiful thing about the Judgment Day is that it's Finn's faction, right?
Yeah.
And so Finn's going to be the guy who is going to be there forever. And then when JD McDougall wants to go off or they got something for him somewhere else, they can move him to SmackDown. And then you find some new kid in NXT who needs to cut his teeth. And that's what's great about it. And then at some point, Finn will leave, but you'll have established a open and establishing faction.
I would like the Judgment Day to be all people with accents, real accents, not fake accents like dirty fucking Dom. He doesn't have a but Carlito, pretty real accent. Finn Balor, pretty real accent. We could get in an Asian lady for a pretty good accent. I'd like it. We could get like Drew McIntyre come in there. I'd like it to be an all accent faction. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. All accent faction.
No, I like what they did at SummerSlam with them. I like what they did. I thought it was smart. I mean, obviously the Nia Jax Bailey match was decent too. It was enjoyable.
It was decent. It was decent. it was what it was. It was nothing. What was it? Made me think of that. It had no flavor, and it was what it was. Bailey's a decent enough wrestler. Nia Jax is a decent enough wrestler. Sloppy or whatever, it doesn't matter. But it just left no real flavor. Like hot or cold, it just nothing really happened. I would have actually liked. I would have liked to see Bailey beat the shit out of Nia Jax, because that you get a couple more matches off of Nia chasing Bailey and like still pissing her off, her being the monster heel and shit, you know. Like,
what are they gonna do with Tiffany? Tiffany, whatever her name is, with now that she's got Miss Money in the Bank and Nia, and you get that playing out.
She just won it. How long did Damian lost his Money in the Bank like the pay-per-view before Money in the Bank? You know what I'm saying? Damian just became the champion right before they switched it over. You know what I'm saying? Like, so she could hold it for a fucking year if they want to. I would almost think it would have been better if, like, I don't know. I would have liked to see the heel Nia chase after Bailey a little bit, like, come on, bitch, you know anything about her? And then maybe Nia take it off of her. Because then you're going to have Tiffy cut. The whole thing, I guess, is because then Tiffy time is going to try to hit it on.
It's Tiffy time. Come on. You want Tiffy time. You don't want Tiffy time.
Fuck Tiffy. I want what, the Judgment Day, who we just talked about? Liv. I want Liv. Fuck Tiffy time. Liv Morgan all day.
Fuck, just fuck Tiffy time. Who gives a shit about?
Fuck Tiffy time. It's Tippy time. It's tipsy time. Fucking dumb it. No. So again, that ladies match and that
Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan match had a story to it. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was smart.
I saw a booby. I saw a booby, bro. I saw a booby. No, I'm joking. I did not see a booby.
I thought it was crazy. I thought that was a great match. And then obviously there's two more matches. So what'd you think of Seth Rollins versus being the ref with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre?
I mean, it was a good match all the way around. And again, the options that they can take from now, you can get CM Punk and Seth. You can get Seth and Drew McIntyre. You can get Drew McIntyre and CM Punk some more and some more and some more. You can get so many different little things out of that one match. It was
so much shit out of that match.
What's up?
You get so much shit out of that match, right?
Yeah, it's just pretty much. I mean, that was literally. I mean, and that was the first real match we've seen CM Punk in the WWE without. I mean, you got to think like, kind of without, because of the shit that they were going through, kind of without fanfare. It wasn't like, whoa, CM Punk's first singles match back in the WWE, because we've seen him in Royal Rumble and shit. But this is his first like real fucking match and shit. And you know, there's some people that said that they didn't need Seth Rollins, but I think that Seth added something to it. I could have done without his fucking. He didn't have to dress like a peacock just because they're on peacock. I don't know what the fuck that was, but whatever.
But I enjoyed his referee outfit. I thought that was kind of funny a little bit. But
peacock, bro. Why the fuck? We don't need two peacocks on peacock, dude. We don't
but I thought it was interesting what he was doing, and then he stopped Drew McIntyre. Just go for it. I thought that was great. Yeah. He said, "Don't do it." It's like, just fucking go for it. I don't give a shit. I thought it was really funny because you saw he played the referee, so it was like, "Drew, don't do it." It's like, fuck it, just go for it.
All right. And he didn't know who to. And I like the way he did it on both of them. He let both of them get away with some shit. Both of them do some shit. You know, I enjoyed all that. He was a decent referee. He added to the story.
I like the fact that he didn't screw anybody.
No, he didn't. He even he almost grimaced when he had to do the right thing and fucking. I'm happy to see that Drew finally fucking won one. He deserved a winner.
But it made sense because it doesn't hurt Punk.
No, it doesn't hurt Punk at all to lose to fucking Drew McIntyre. Number one, Drew McIntyre is twice his size and half his age, right? Am I wrong, or I don't know?
No. I think Drew is 6 years younger, maybe.
I think he's like a decade younger or something at the very least. Didn't he come into the fucking WWE after, like, as soon as Punk left? Like,
No, he was there when Punk was around. 3-man band, 3MB.
oh yeah.
3MP was a lot of fun, man. 3MP was a lot of fun. They were great because it was Heath Slater, and it was Jinder Mahal, and then it was Drew McIntyre, and it was great. It was great. It was just so stupid and so much fun that you're just like, I kind
Unfortunately, you're the only person to say that was great ever.
no, no. What it was is that it was wrestling, right? You know how something is just wrestling, and that's what it was. It was just wrestling, and it wasn't anything like too complicated, and it was just fun to watch it, right? Because it was kind of like that silly wrestling vibe. You're like, oh, this is fun to watch, and this is fun to engage in. But I really enjoyed that match a lot too. I enjoyed the whole fucking show, but I thought that was the best match on the card.
Well, yeah, it was the main event. I mean, that was the main event. That should have been. I mean, I understand Cody and Solo was coming up next, which we'll get to in just a moment. That was a big thing, but this was the main event match. This was the whole reason that, and I guess fucking Cody's just gonna be a workhorse. He's just gonna be wrestling all the fucking time. He's like, fuck you, Roman. You wanna. And not like in a bad way, but like, yo, you're gonna be the paper champion. I'm gonna be the fucking workhorse.
So I like the fact that also that they did the thing with R-Truth and the Miz.
Oh yeah. I like that too. I was a little bit disappointed because R-Truth is talking about. He says, "Oh, are you the Rock and Roll Express up there? You Bobby such and such and such and like, which one of you Jim Cornette?" Starts making the joke and shit. So I was being a Jim Cornette fan. I was like super like, oh shit, I can't wait to hear what Jim Cornette says about this. So I'm listening to the fucking Jim Cornette show today, and he says, "Well, I saw everyone was tweeting me about this and saying this and that and the other. I'm sorry, guys, I didn't watch it," and just completely like went past. Like, bitch, you couldn't catch it on YouTube somehow. You couldn't like. This is the whole reason I tuned in today, motherfucker. Jesus.
So yeah, I really enjoyed it, right?
I
enjoyed that too for because I thought it was smart because WWE has a good relationship with Jelly Roll, and I like the fact that they brought in Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll did a great job with "God Bless America," and they did a good thing with his 2 songs. Which were fun, which was at the start. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, I caught it on the replay the next day because I had to go back, even though I knew.
I thought it was smart. I thought it was really smart to do that at the start of the show because I thought that it kind of got the crowd vibing, and I liked what they did, and I thought it was smart.
Who did Jelly Roll chokeslam though?
I think it was
Waller or something, right?
I think they did Austin Theory. I don't think they did Waller.
Okay, so you literally, I get it, but you literally got chokeslammed by a fat dude with no muscle tone. A professional wrestler got chokeslammed by a fat dude with no muscle tone. I'm almost positive Roddy Piper would have something to say about this shit back in WrestleMania 2 against Mr. T. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just...
it is again. I like the fact that they did that, and then they did like a triple 5-knuckle shuffle.
But I didn't like it. I didn't like. Come on, dude. Come on, bro. I mean,
they're kind of sucking up to John Cena a little bit.
Somebody chokeslam fucking Logan Paul or fucking MGK. Something a little bit. But there's just no way. Like, if Homeboy didn't jump, the only reason there was even a chokeslam or any air at all is because fucking Theory jumped halfway into the fucking air for it, and then Jelly Roll just basically Jelly Rolled it. I really saw like something. Why didn't he do a fucking?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask this to you.
Yeah.
Who benefited the most from that spot?
I don't know. Jelly roll, maybe
Austin
nobody.
Theory.
Why?
Because the only nobody Austin Theory got the biggest pop he's ever gotten.
I'm forgetting this fucking app, but now he's punked out. Like you can't. You
Not
can't.
punked out.
Oh, I cannot believe he'd win anything when he got fucking chokeslam. But it's just like after the China Jeff Jarrett thing. It's very hard to
With
believe.
the Miz though, when he was doing all that shit with Shane McMahon.
Uh,
Did you ever see the WrestleMania where Shane McMahon and the Miz had a fucking like uncensored fight all across WrestleMania with fans in attendance?
I didn't see the fight, but I mean, I feel like being.
The Miz suplexed Shane McMahon off. It was false count anywhere off of a platform, and the way the Miz suplexed Shane is that they both went down like 20 feet, and Shane landed on the Miz and pinned the Miz because the way the move was done. And Shane didn't get the credit for that match. The Miz did. And in certain ways, it put the Miz on the map and revitalized his career.
But I mean, you're comparing. Okay, you're comparing Shane McMahon, who is at least somewhat athletic, who has a muscular bone in his body, against
Sure.
Jelly Roll. I'm just saying, dude. It's like Haystacks Calhoun beating Hulk Hogan. It just
You can do
something.
it. You can do it. So you're just not a believer. That's the problem here.
You motherfucker! I swear to God, right now, I make you a fucking believer, Mecca. You fuck. You're just not a believer. Of course, I'm not a believer because I'm surprised.
Today's sponsor, Imagine Dragons, is playing. No.
Today's sponsor is not Jelly Roll's wife. That's for sure. That's for sure. So the last
prison-free show. We are a prison-free show. So many things I could say.
So the last heavyweight match of the night was Solo Sikoa against Cody Rhodes. Which, I mean, you got it. That fucking, like, that's the song, dude. Like, I don't even want to be like one of those, like, humming along, like, oh, I like that wrestling song. You know what I'm saying? And the same thing with fucking Seth Rollins' song.
I didn't like this match.
You didn't like this match? You didn't like Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes?
I like the theory of it, but I wish that it was a clean match. And hear me out. I think it's kind of stupid that they did a Bloodline Rules match.
Then I heard some reason why they did that on somewhere. And it was stupid, but they had. I feel like they had to do it for.
They had to do it because of the ending. So I think we could spoil the ending, right?
Yeah, we can spoil the ending. We can spoil it.
Basically, Roman came out and speared Solo Sikoa, and they're setting up the OTC versus the new TC, the NTC, right? The old tribal chief versus the new tribal chief, and they're setting that up for Survivor Series.
There is nothing wrong with what you just said, but the OTC versus the NTC, there was just something racist about it, bro. I don't know what it was. just something about it. I was like, that is,
you know they're gonna take it though. You know that shirt's coming.
Oh, it is, but I'm like, let's just roll. You don't want to be the first one to say it though, Mecca. You don't want to be the first one. Oh, the OTC versus NTC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, just the way you said it.
I mean, let me put it this way. I'm not racist, okay? So
I'm not racist, but I want the NTC to win. I was like, no,
I don't think like this, okay? I don't think like this. See, the fact that you're even bringing it up speaks more volume about you than it does about me.
It does speak volume. I'm just saying there was just something about it. It might be because of the way I looked that I'm just thinking like, oh fuck, he's gonna this now we're gonna get fucking blown up, dude. But no, I do.
I get why they did it, right? And I don't disagree with the outcome because again, we talk about flowing from one show into another and getting into a program, which is for those who don't know wrestling, a program is 3 months where you're working sort of the same people and No, I'm explaining because some people don't know what a program is. So I get all of why they did it because they're now building to the next big event, which is Survivor Series, which is Roman's return, The Rock's return, figuring out what they're going to do for WrestleMania 41 somewhere down the road if Cody is still champ. All that shit is now starting to be figured out in the Netflix era. I get it. But at the same time, I wish that it wasn't such a bloodline rules because I feel like the gimmick is overused.
I don't think that they even needed. Why did Cody have a match with Solo anyways? Why did he? What did the new? What has Solo Sikoa, the new tribal chief, done to reward himself a championship, an undisputed championship match?
I think that again he hasn't climbed the ladder. He's not an IC champ.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't done anything. So they could have left Solo Sikoa claiming that he's the tribal chief, and Cody could have. He could have been like, "I want to take you," and then Cody would have been like, "You haven't done shit, motherfucker."
I would have rather they've had Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
Well, do you know what's coming at the Bash at Berlin, which is breaking news? Just came out on SmackDown tonight. Can I break the news here?
Oh yeah. I didn't see SmackDown this week. I was a little preoccupied.
Well, no, I just watched the highlights right before I come on here with you. But it was Solo Sikoa talking to Cody Rhodes. He wanted to come out and talk about I deserve a rematch, blah blah blah. You only beat me because of Roman Reigns, blah blah blah. And then him and the two healthy of the bloodline, because Fatu has got hurt as shit. Started chasing after Cody Rhodes. They come to the thing, and Cody was like, "Look, man, you lost your first match. You haven't done anything to prove anything else. You have not done anything to receive a secondary rematch. So I promise you, you're not going to get one." And then they start storming the thing. Like those three start coming after Cody. And then Kevin Owens comes out of nowhere with a fucking chair. And Cody was like, "Well, Kevin, I was going to offer you the match for Bash at Berlin." So I think it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes, Bash at Berlin. And I think, but to Kevin Owens' credit, he's like, "I don't deserve a match with you yet. My win-loss record over the past year is not deserving of a title match yet." But then Cody started talking some shit. I would think I want to see Cody and Randy Orton, but I think also something like that, like you could build stories off of this shit. Cody and Randy got to get angry at each other. I guess Cody and Kevin are gonna have a baby face.
You could play the Cody Randy. Let's do Legacy one more time.
Right?
You could do because they had a faction called Legacy with Ted.
I remember that. Wasn't it DiBiase's son too? Or who?
Yeah. So I think Ted DiBiase is the son of the $1 Million Man.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase Jr. is Ted DiBiase.
Yeah. So you could do that with Legacy, and you could say, "Hey, Cody, let's tear this up one more time for legacy's sake."
Right.
And so there could be a lot of cool shit in there, and then like because they could have these great matches, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to see Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre tear it up.
That'd be a good match again, but I mean,
not right now. So let's say Royal Rumble, right? Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre could be really cool at Royal Rumble after this whole CM Punk shit and Seth Rollins shit is taken care of, or even do it at like WrestleMania or SummerSlam or something. Could be a load of fun, right?
Yeah.
But I mean that's just how. But like I get why they did it. I don't necessarily disagree. I thought everybody did a great job, but like, was it WrestleMania bloodline rules? Not really, right? I felt like it was a cheap version of that.
Yeah, it was definitely a cheap version. They got Fatu, the werewolf hurt. There's I don't think it was. I think they could have gotten to a Survivor Series. They could have done all that shit without without this match. They didn't have to have this match. It could have been just another, like you said, they could have done Kevin Owens versus Cody Rhodes for this match.
You know what they could have done if they wanted to bring Roman back? This is how I would have done it, right? I would have had Roman's music just play and Roman come walking out and just stand on this stage, just looking at Solo and distracting him, and then Cody would hit the crossroads and Roman would have done nothing. And I think that would have been way more powerful than Roman doing what he did.
Well, they could if they could have put Solo with anybody for any match, just to be like, yo, you want to be the tribal chief? All right, start building it back up. You know what I'm saying? And then Roman could have came out and Solo could have had the third match, could have had the first match, the 18th match. Roman could have then came out just for that, just be like, yeah, I got you, dude, and not do anything, not rush him, just stop the match, and then Solo gets fucking pinned.
Just screw him out of a championship.
Except, don't even he should not be anywhere near the championship just because
he should be an IC title. I think
an IC, but I mean, but even that, dude, he hasn't done anything to deserve any type of championship run at all yet. Build up something, and I get now he's the only. Yeah, I get Roman fucked up, and now it seems like the only option is Solo for the tribal chief, and I get what they're doing with it, but all I'm saying is that just because Solo Sikoa is, the next tribal chief or whatever, doesn't mean that Triple H or anybody else in the back fucking office has to give him a match. There was no rhyme or reason for this match to be set up as.
They could have set up a War Games match that could have been a main event at Survivor Series without having to do this. Because let's be realistic, give Solo Sikoa like the U.S. title or the IC title, then what you do is that you have the tag team stuff, which is fine in this new bloodline, and then you bring back the Usos with Roman, and then you have The Rock, and now you have the old or the original bloodline versus the new bloodline in a War Games match, and then you could play that off, and then you could have matches where you have the Usos versus the tag team champs in the new bloodline for advantage, and then all of a sudden you have a real crazy match.
There's so many options for them to take from around. I almost feel like anything that I say or you say is just like almost a shot in the fucking dark. Because really and truly, I don't think Rock and Roman Reigns could sustain themselves on the same team together. Like they would be clashing and back and forth from the get-go. That'd be like you'd be feeding into that. Let's find out who the real tribal chief is. I could definitely see Rock coming back in and punking out a Solo Sikoa and be like, "Hey, you think you're tribal chief? No, you can be tribal chief when I'm not here." You know what I mean? And then them going against the Usos or Roman Reigns and trying to do a whole tribal thing or something like that. But I just don't see Rock and Roman really working out too well together anymore. They've already had their little beef started with the last match that they worked together.
I mean, again, if they were going to do Roman versus The Rock, right? It should have been at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
I understand that what they did from 39 to 40 was amazing. And WrestleMania 40, Cody Rhodes, that whole journey was unreal what they did. And I just watched that thing on YouTube, like behind the curtain.
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely amazing how they played all of us. And they played us all really well. And it was worth every second of what they did, WWE and TKO and everybody. Brilliant. But at the same time, like, the time for Roman versus Rock is not there. And I don't know who you have, 4 members of the new bloodline and 4 members of the old bloodline? Because you have 3, Roman and the Usos. Who's the 4th on Team Roman for War Games? Because we know that's coming.
All right, well, I mean, that's what,
I mean, we don't know if it's coming, but it's a say. I would be very shocked if we don't get old bloodline versus new bloodline at Survivor Series.
Yeah, I think that's what it should be. Like that's the best. And I mean, you can put it. I mean, put it anywhere. You can put it anywhere. Fucking Usos could the fucking Soko is one of their brother, bro. So they could always you could always just be like, yo, no, bitch. Even though Solo Sikoa is the best worker out of all of those motherfuckers.
The guy's good, man. But like, I don't know what the fuck you, because we don't want Judgment Day versus the New Bloodline. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, we're taking shots in the dark here, man. There's so many fucking ways they could go with all this.
I'll tell you what I really want, though. I mean, so obviously, when is Hell in a Cell? Is that in October?
I have no idea, man. This is the longest I've completely sustained.
I'll tell you what I want really badly. I want Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan in Hell in a Cell.
Don't bring your fucking fantasies in here. I know exactly. Like, I want.
No, that's not my fantasy.
I want to see Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley spanking each other in thongs, and I'm just.
Yeah. I want a bra and panties match between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. That's what I really want.
I want them both to go so far down the rabbit hole that they end up having to do porn. That's what I want. I want everything to go so bad for both of them that they end up being like, the only way we're gonna make money is to do porn.
You know, Liv Morgan might not be in WWE for much longer, right?
Why?
She's like Hollywood's calling her now.
I bet she's bootyful like that.
She used to work at Hooters. Did you know that?
Yeah, dude, that butt is fucking. I'm telling you, dude, and I'm not. Like, why would they even do that to Rhea Ripley? Like, why would you put, like, give fucking Dom tippy time or some shit? Like, why would you do that to poor Rhea Ripley? Like, shit, it's like me going up against Brad Pitt or something trying to get a lady, like, or Ryan Reynolds, like, yeah, you want to me or Deadpool?
That's my favorite new image.
And again, I'm telling you, dude, I would vote for the announcer. I'm telling you, every time she announces, she's like, and announcing the winner. I'm like,
Ricochet's wife too, Samantha Irvine.
Who? I don't want to know whose fucking wife she is, dude. Shut the fuck up, man. Single. Look at the mingle, man. Fucking A. Talking about whose wife is she? Shut the fuck up with that shit. Yeah, she had a baby. That's a fuck. I know she had kids. Shut up. She's fucking.
You're thinking of JoJo, dude. I don't think Samantha Irvin has kids.
Good. She's gonna have a kid.
You have to know your females, Keenan. I mean, we can't be doing this show if you don't know your females.
I don't know my females, so that's for sure. I'm not like you, bro. Not like you, my mans. All right, so SummerSlam.
What do you give the show?
I'm about to say I'd give it like a good 7.5, man. All in all. And again, but I gotta give it to WWE. This is the longest sustained time of me watching wrestling since I was fucking in high school, dude. Like, for real.
I mean, dude, I don't watch it like every fucking, time, but I watch enough of it where this is like the longest that I've been involved. And, I took a break from wrestling for almost like 18 months for a lot of reasons, for a lot of reasons. It's just a matter of sometimes you just don't have time.
Yeah.
But like I'm watching like 2 Monday Night Raws and 2 SmackDowns a month, like, and then I'm watching a pay-per-view. And I'm watching the highlights, so like, it's exciting. Like, I like wrestling, and then when it comes to Netflix, it's gonna be so fucking easy. It's gonna be on my fucking iPad, and that's what I'm excited for. Is that I wish fucking Monday Night Raw was on my iPad. It'd be so much easier if it was on my iPad. I'd probably watch a fuck ton more of it.
Well, see, I'm not, and that's the thing. Like I said, I've always been a wrestling mark, like from back in the day, 80s, early 90s type wrestling and shit, and like the Attitude Era and stuff. But then around 2002, when I had my kid, I just kind of didn't watch it anymore. And then when the network came out, had some badass documentaries. So I, about once or twice a year, I pay for the network. About WrestleMania time, I pay for the network. Some badass documentaries would come out. And then I wouldn't pay for it anymore. Then network went to Peacock, and I already watched some stuff on Peacock. So I was like, fuck it, I'll keep paying for it. That's not a problem. Get it every month. And then and I watch,
I'll be honest. I mean, the network was great because I couldn't afford, a $40 pay-per-view every single fucking month. But $10 for the network was fantastic. I'm like, great. This is $120 a year versus including WrestleMania, which is a $60 pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Who am I kidding that,
And you get all those. I'm telling you, those documentaries were all like, anytime they're sitting down with the wrestlers, dude, I love all those documentary type shit.
I mean, I didn't see Damian Priest yet. Have you seen it?
I saw just a split second. I'm not into that. Like, I wanna find out like the deep dark shit. That's the kind of documentary shit I want.
You want to find out that Kurt Angle was like taking like 1,400 pain pills a month, right?
Yeah. That type of shit. That's the type of stuff I want to hear.
Or you want to find out that Randy Orton almost OD'd, right? Did you watch that one, Villains?
No, I don't think. No, the new one on A&E.
What would you say?
The new one's on A&E?
No. It's on Peacock, and it's like 10 episodes, and it's going through like all the top villains, right?
Oh, really? I'll have to check that out.
So like, for instance, I know you don't like women's wrestling, but like they did one on Sasha Banks, and there's this girl, and Sasha Banks makes her cry. And it's all, and like they're talking about that. They're talking about Paul Heyman.
Mercedes Moné now, Sasha Banks?
Yes, but like this documentary, this was maybe like a year and a half ago it was made.
Well, no, that's what I was asking. Like, when did it come out? Because I was like, did they put it out after she became Mercedes?
No, they made this like almost like 18 months ago. But like,
okay,
basically, you have people like Paul Heyman in there. You have Triple H is in there. You have Stephanie McMahon. They did a whole episode on her. And like, and what's crazy is that like you have Randy Orton there, but like there's all this crazy shit in all these episodes where like Randy Orton's talking about how he almost OD'd.
Jesus.
And like he's a young like 22-year-old doing like drugs and a bunch of crazy shit in WWE, and he's to the hospital. And it's wild, and like I'm like, holy fucking shit, no. And then he's like, I embodied that into my character, and that's when like the Legend Killer was born,
right?
And like you start getting a real understanding where that story of Randy Orton, I don't think was known all that well. I didn't know it, and I've been a fan of wrestling and following Randy Orton for almost 20 years now. Oh. And I didn't know that, so I'm like, holy!
I've never heard that either, man. That's crazy.
It's on Peacock. You should watch it because if you, even though you might not like women's wrestling, like the Stephanie McMahon shit, holy fucking shit! Like you get an idea, and I'm like, is this real or is this fake? Because if Stephanie McMahon was my boss, I don't know what would happen.
Right.
Because I don't know, because I'd be crazy. But that's why I like Peacock, and I hope with Netflix they continue those documentaries. I hope so.
Well, I'm sure they will. I mean,
they have a 5-year deal with an extension of 5 years, and so potentially like 10 years for Monday Night Raw alone, it's like $5 billion.
So that's only for Monday Night Raw, right?
Eventually, it will probably be another 3 to 4. I mean, Fox paid what, like $2 billion?
But basically, Peacock is still there with WWE.
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think they're leaving Peacock. I think they still have the basic network on Peacock, except just like, the Fox deal or the USA deal. That's where Monday Night Raw will be. That's what I'm thinking. That's if they were smart, that's what they do. Because that's what actors and everybody's doing now. It's like, hey, I'll be on your show, but you can't have me. Like, I won't only do your show. You might see me on Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, but I got to do all these different shows to make money.
I don't know, because I thought the deal was that they might have one more year left on their Peacock position. This is a good question, because I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. This is what we should talk about. Obviously, next week with wrestling, we should probably talk about this too, because that I don't know the answer. That's a good question, because
I don't know. I just kind of because everyone's talking about going to Netflix, but nobody said anything. I mean, they're not. And why would Peacock let them Peacock doesn't want them talking about Netflix that much on their thing.
because they signed a deal for X amount of years, and then Peacock either made them an offer or Netflix made them a better offer, right? It's the same thing with Fox on SmackDown, right? Fox basically said we haven't made any money in ad revenue from SmackDown. I'm like, how the fuck do you not make any money from SmackDown on Friday night? Like what are you doing wrong, Fox?
Well, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you have SmackDown on Fox, you have Monday Night Raw on USA going to Netflix. So why, when they still have the basic network type of deal where are they going to show all their pay-per-views at and stuff?
I think they might show them on Netflix.
Then that's going to add a whole different. I don't know. Maybe they will. But then they would have to get even more. They would be asking for even more money from Netflix then.
I mean, if Monday Night Raw, so basically, this is what I think the deal is going to be: is that the library of Monday Night Raw might move over to Netflix eventually off of Peacock, but maybe they'll keep the pay-per-views on Peacock. Maybe eventually SmackDown and all that pay-per-view shit will move over to Netflix, but that's going to be a $10 billion deal, easy. But there's real money. I mean, obviously, nobody's paying $5 billion for Monday Night Raw unless Netflix thinks there's money there.
Right.
And also, I mean, it's a no-brainer, right? Because Monday Night Raw is going to be televised somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not costing them anything beyond just writing WWE a $500 million check.
Yeah.
Which is nothing in the long run.
Right.
And then Netflix gets their shit. And guess what? I guarantee you that if you're a wrestling fan and you don't have Netflix now, you're buying Netflix come January.
Yeah, I know you're buying Netflix for sure. But I'm just saying, I think WWE is going to take their cues from everybody else, and like they've always done, is like, we're not just available on one network at one time. You're gonna be able to find us almost anywhere you want to.
I agree. And you have to be everywhere, right?
Right. I mean, just like you can find them, like they're doing A&E documentaries right now. You can find them on.
It's smart, right? The WWE is on Facebook. Like, I liked when they did the Facebook Live, the wrestling matches.
Yeah.
But that was so fucking smart. Now, I think that they should do more shit like that, right? I mean, I think during the Super Bowl, during halftime, I think that we should have a YouTube match, a live YouTube match, instead of the Super Bowl show at halftime, and do, because they used to do that all the time. It was like halftime heat.
Yeah. That's just a hard sell nowadays the halftime show's gotten so big, dude.
You get where I'm going with it, though, right?
No, I get where you're going. No, I get completely where you're going. I'm just saying the halftime show's just gotten so big. A lot of people but at the same time, like I watch all that shit back on YouTube later, like commercials, halftime show, whatever. I'll watch it on YouTube. I won't watch it during the game. I'm not gonna sit there during the game and watch that shit.
I mean, I'll put it this way, right? I watch the halftime show during the Super Bowl because I'm watching the fucking Super Bowl, right? I'm usually at a party, I have a beer or two, and it's on, right?
Yeah.
And I quickly go to the bathroom, I get another beer, and then it's all good, right? And you catch it, and depending on who it is, right? Like I enjoy, like I'm trying to think of a good one. Prince was great.
Yeah.
Prince was amazing. But the point I'm making is that if it's somebody I never heard of, I'm like, not for me, right?
Right.
Like I wasn't a fan of the weekend because I prefer weekdays. No.
Ah, you are hilarious, Mecca.
I,
You
I,
sound
I
like you're a
enjoyed I enjoyed
stand-up
him.
comedian like that guy.
I enjoyed him. Um I was I felt like the setup for Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Eminem, um, fucking who was the other one that was in there, and then 50 Cent was in there too.
Yeah.
I felt like the way they shot that halftime show was bad, man. I felt like it was such a weird set.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy, like Snoop Dogg. I like Dr. Dre. I love Eminem. 50 Cent's great, and I'm like, but the way you guys shot this made it look so like it made it look like a movie, right?
And it
Like,
was also kind of like what's that Celebrity Squares or something? Remember that game show from back in the day where everybody was in their own little square?
right? Like,
Yeah.
the way I viewed it is that I was almost watching a movie set, and it was like a pan shot out, and like it just like I
Huh.
can't explain it because I liked the music, but I hated the way it looked. Like, does that make any sense? Like,
No, it does make sense, dude. It does make sense.
I feel like I'm criticizing something, and it's going to be misconceived on this whole issue. But I digress.
No, I hate that I'm yawning while you're fucking talking, dude. I wasn't. That's what I was gonna say. I was like, we might need to end the show, so I don't keep fucking disrespecting you by yawning for no.
I don't give a shit. The amount of disrespect I get, so many people have done so many worse things to me that I don't give a fuck anymore.
You're a disrespected motherfucker.
Dude, the people see the people who disrespect me the most have the least, which is crazy. So it's
All right. Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
What did you say?
I said it sounds about right. Sounds like my hey, you know what I call my trolls now? Have I told you this?
I don't know, dude. What would you tell me?
I gave them a new name. They're called bitch-made gobblers instead of trolls. Because I don't like calling things the same thing as everybody else. So I call them bitch-made gobblers. BMG for short.
Oh, see. I don't even care. I just let my trolls do whatever. Somebody made a statement to me. He said, "Oh, you still have a show?" And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Okay, you can think whatever you want." Listen, I checked. I'm fucking doing good here, and I've gained a fuck ton of subscribers, and I fucking am blowing your show away by doing legitly 1/10 of the work. It's amazing.
Let's see. We've got some murders in the building. Oh, we got a lot of fucking things over here. Jesus Christ. Vernon Vamp, Leo. We got a Philadelphia Eagle fan here.
Well, you guys do have Saquon Barkley, so that's okay.
Vernon Vamp is saying, I love root beer and rack and rye. Oh, dude, I wasn't looking. I'm like he's been commenting the entire time with the shit that we've been saying, but I haven't read one fucking thing. You gotta give him props on that. Big Bob, what's good with it, pimp? It's always good, bro. Thanks, Donkey. All right, so we didn't get any. No, I mean, we got some comments, nothing out of the ordinary. So, what else we got to talk about tonight, Mecca?
I think that's it. I think we covered
All right.
everything. I mean, pretty much next week we're going to talk about what's going on in wrestling, and then we're going to talk about this whole Netflix shit and maybe some other cool shit. The last thing we can talk about that happened in wrestling is Shane McMahon might be coming to AEW.
I heard something about that. I'm not for sure he's going to be coming to AEW. Does he really? I mean, I really feel like it was just because it happened in my state in Texas. Because AEW does their show in Arlington like what, weekly or whatever, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm not for sure if he just like. I think, I mean, from what I understand and from what I heard, or from what I have heard, is that Shane McMahon looks on every other wrestling company besides the WWE as less than. Whether his dad was running it, whether beforehand. I don't think he'd go to AEW. I don't think it'd happen. I can see it like, and how much money could Khan really fucking waste or want to waste? I mean, really, and you think it's really gonna fucking happen?
I think Shane McMahon is going to go to WWE, go to AEW and buy it, and then try to go and make it, and then hand it to his father as a birthday gift. And then going to take AEW public. Just watch.
I feel like that might have been the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say in my entire life, Mecca.
I'm purposely being ridiculous.
It sounds like
This is what I
they
mean.
just want to burn their fucking money or something. Like Jesus Christ.
This is what I think, right?
Yeah.
I think that there was a meeting for something, right? Because clearly, Shane McMahon knows something about the wrestling business, okay? And he's not in WWE. And you know what is? He does have knowledge in wrestling. And it's also the idea that, well, you know what is? Shane McMahon might be able to provide something to AEW that doesn't exist. And that, whether it's an executive or whatever, and AEW is a fucking dying company. They're not going to go out of business, but they're not a WWE.
Well, they're gonna slowly die out. I mean, they're a WCW. They're WCW. They're Ted Turner. They got fat pockets.
The issue is that also, sorry to cut you off, it's not Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling knows that it's a B or maybe a top tier C company to some degree, but they have a loyal fan base. They don't overspend their budget, and they know how to run their company so that everybody's making money in that company. And you know what it is? If you own that company, which Anthem does, they're making money off of that shit, and they're doing all right. And it's not, so maybe Impact makes 50 million a year, give or take, right? Which is not unreasonable. But you got to pay everybody. So you bring in 50 in revenue, but then you got expenses. But they're not trying to be WWE, right? They're a wrestling company that they're trying to be profitable, and they are. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As a result, you don't go out and you don't pay somebody $7 million or $10 million or $15 million to buy talent, and you don't go ape shit. And I think Impact has 3 or 4 shows sometimes in the same arena, and then they move on to the next arena, and because that helps to cut costs. And all of a sudden you also do pre-tapes and other shit, and guess what the fuck happens? You figure out a way how to run your business appropriately.
Right.
So that's what I think, and I don't disagree that AEW. I don't think they're ever going to go out of business. They're just going to be slowly getting to where they should be.
Oh, okay. So where do we land on Shane McMahon now? I'm sorry. I was just trying to
No. He had a meeting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then there's all this speculation: is that what was that meeting about? I mean, it could just be straight out media rights, right?
Yeah, and I mean, real talk. as a man would do, how many meetings have you taken without, nothing happening? They went to go meet. Vince McMahon went with Bruce Prichard and JR to go sit down with Ultimate Warrior and Jim Cornette, and you take meetings, you talk about shit, and then some shit might not happen. Just because, like, hey, we want to fly, and maybe even Shane McMahon was coming through. I mean, DFW Airport in Dallas is a pretty big fucking airport. Maybe he was flying through and be like, yeah, you know what? I'll stop by real quick and talk to you real quick, Tony. Sounds good. And then isn't he friendly with Mercedes or whatever? What's her fucking? Isn't Shane O'Mac? Yeah, isn't he friendly with Mercedes?
He might be.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that she's the one that took the picture or something like that. So I mean, I don't think there's too much into it.
It could be. Yeah, there's a bunch of people there from WWE and AEW. It could be a lot of shit, right? Because Shane's not in that company, and maybe Shane wants to, have some connection to the wrestling business, and maybe there's an opportunity to make a fuck ton of money, right?
Maybe. I mean, shit. You can always take somebody's money, man. Always, always, always.
I mean, look, it is what it is. But again, I think it's interesting and I think it's exciting. But again, that's where I'm at. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I think is going on in the wrestling world. And I don't think there's anything else going on massively at the moment.
No, everything is died off, man. No, I'm fucking with you.
No. We just came off a SummerSlam, which.
No, I agree. No, I'm just saying, like, I was just telling you, like, I think we're moving strong. I think the I'm just gonna keep watching. I'm gonna watch the next pay-per-view. Even the Bash at Berlin does not.
No, the annual screw of Drew McIntyre is what they should call it.
Yeah, just all like Jesus Christ. Like,
the poster for that should be Drew McIntyre holding a screw.
Will Drew McIntyre ever win in front of a European fan base that he deserves? Like, even the British Bulldog won the championship for one day at the Wembley Stadium.
The annual screw of Drew McIntyre is taking place. When is Bash at Berlin taking place?
It's the next paper. I don't know. I'm a month from last week, I guess. Yeah, a month from last week or some shit.
So the annual screw of Drew McIntyre is taking place. Like that's gonna be when we review that pay-per-view. Oh my god, that's gonna be the running joke. Is
how much do you think Drew McIntyre makes a year?
Oh, I think he makes anywhere from 1.5 to like 2.5 easy.
I'd be okay with getting fucked for that. So that's the end of the show. Yeah, I'd be okay. Like, real talk, that's my price.
He makes a lot of money. He's
to
worth
have, it. To have sexual relations with Keenan Press, to fuck Keenan, you have to have $1.5 million. I will live stream it on YouTube.
Your fee for the year is 1.5 mil.
No, my fee, no, not a year's worth of work for one. No, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Jesus Christ. Jesus, trying to sell me down the river over there in Mecca.
No, 12 pay-per-views, 1.5 mil a year. It's not bad. 12 days of work, 1.5
yeah, but he's not literally getting fucked, though. We're talking about me. I mean, people don't want to watch me get beat up. I mean, they're like, oh, man, he got raped.
I would pay good money to see you get your ass kicked.
Now we're no longer friends. All right, Mecca.
We're friends. So the fact that you just said that we're no longer friends means that at some point we were friends, which means that that's a compliment. So I'm glad our friendship's over. I didn't think we had one.
I used to like you, bro. I used to like you, you asshole. So everything pop anime comics, fun, mecha, and a pop anime.
You still like me. You still like me.
I'm not gonna cop to any of that shit, bro. Show us your booty pictures 5 more times before we end the show.
Yeah, okay. Because I can do that. I can do that very easily.
I'm sure you can. It's probably in that file right there next to the phone. I
was hoping Winston was going to show up. I had some for Winston too.
Dude, your mom, Winston's a fucking troll deluxe, dude. He was like, is your friend from Connecticut gonna be on there tonight? I know he said CT. I was like, CT. He was like, yeah, he's from Connecticut, right? I was like, yeah, I guess, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Do you, like,
Whiskey called me gay, and then I said, "That's okay. I'm happy."
that's what I say about it. Anytime somebody calls me gay or something, like, what are you gay? I'm like, yes, I'm happy as can be, bro. Winston's just a troll. He doesn't. He doesn't. He just likes to troll people. That's all he is. He's one of the bitch. In fact, he might be one of the main reasons I came up with the name Bitch Made Goblin. He's one of the main reasons why I do call-in show because of him.
I don't
He's
have
like,
names for my trolls. I just call them losers, and then I move on.
dude,
It's
I'm
not
telling
that
you,
no, no,
I trolled the trolls. I'm telling you, dude. I had a guy call in my show earlier today, and he was like, "What's your objective? What are you trying to do?" And I was like, "I'm just doing this, blah blah blah, like that." And then he just kept going on. And then by the end, he called me an agate. And he called me an N word. I was like, "So do you you're really just kind of showing your intelligence, bro? Like you, like what? Like why can't you come with like something like?" Diss me, dude. Don't like what the fuck, my man.
come up
Whatever.
with no. Somebody started attacking me on eBay. He's like, "You should do this," and so I just started quoting Eminem lyrics, and I did the whole thing from 8 Miles, and I'm like, "Here, why don't you take the mic home with you? Here's a
Mm,
pen and some paper. Take the mic home with you. Write something suspenseful. Don't come back until you write something suspenseful." And like
uh,
the girl's like, and I copied the lyric perfectly. He's like, "You should learn English," and I'm like, "You should learn some Eminem, homie." And that was the end of the
yes.
discussion. And like, and this is somebody who basically was like saying, "You sold me a fake card." Meanwhile, I don't sell fake cards, but if I'm gonna sell a fake card, it's not gonna be an $8 card I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna sell you like an $8 fake card.
But if
Because
you sold 1,000 of those fake $8 cards, you'd be.
but it would be just as expensive to make the fake card to
Uh,
then just buy it at a wholesale for $4.
I'm
It,
not, I
like,
agree. I'm just fucking with you.
no. Like that's what irks me is that nobody challenges me on the item that's expensive that should be faked. Everybody challenges me on like oh dude, you bought something for 50 cents and you sold for $1. Oh, it must be fake. I'm like, dude, you really think I'm gonna fake the lowest denominator?
Mm-hmm.
Like it blows my mind. So all I did is that person like, you should learn English, and I'm like, you should learn some Eminem, and that was the end of that discussion. And then I put a picture of chocolate Eminem as my response, and that was the end of that. And I'm like, go home and get laid. That's my new response to everybody. Go home and get laid. To my
They
troll.
probably, no, I'm not for sure they're gonna be able to. I'm not.
And if you can't do that,
You,
I don't know what to tell you because I basically said, okay, look, I'm gonna go fuck my
I
girlfriend
mean,
tonight.
I know what people say about me being on YouTube, but I feel like I could say the same thing about the people that are commenting on my shit. I'm like, bro, like, you're spitting and wait. Let's just do this, man. All right, well, I gotta end this before I ass out on this motherfucker, bro.
So I'll promote me, and then I'll let you promote
So,
you. I am
so,
Pop Anime Comics on Twitter/X, Pop Anime Comics on Instagram, Pop Anime Comics on Facebook, Pop Anime Comics on YouTube. A lot of fun stuff is in the community today that's going on my YouTube. A lot of polls, a lot of cool stuff. I expect everybody to be rooting for Team USA tomorrow. I need the win badly, and what I mean by the win is I'm going to put like $10,000 on Team USA. So I'm going to be making bank, and then on Sunday the women are playing, and the women are better than the men, and they're sicker and meaner, and they're more vicious, and they're actually a better team. So I'm probably gonna put 20K on the women. I might even put 50,000 on the women. So and then I might quit my job afterwards. So anyway, no, I'm not putting that much money. I'm gonna put about $100 on the men, on about 200 on the women. Um, but all jokes aside, I expect everybody to root for Team USA. And speaking of that, I in my eBay store, which I have over here, a nice graphic for everybody. Look for comics and collectibles. Come shop with us on eBay. I tend to carry a lot of sports cards and other things, and I am carrying a lot of Olympic cards, and some of them are no longer available on the website. So if you're looking for some sick Kevin Durant or some Steph Curry or some other cool people, I got you covered. So that's kind of the merchandise I carry in my store. And let's just say I'm pretty stoked for everything that's coming out. I carry rare comics and a bunch of other cool shit. So enough about that. If you're looking for some cool shit, I got you covered on all that. So that's everything
Covering
that
all bases. I do this all day. You can check out the Cash App. Let me hold $1. You can go to the Stand store. We have merch. The links are in the description. We got the TAO of Bob. Oh, I'm starting a religion, the TAO of Bob. And today I was picking up my son, and this lady was picking up her son, and like we're sitting there having a conversation. Well, I just started I'm a part of a church that, like a church on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. We just started and everything. And I totally, like, it was so, I was like, I just started church too. That's what I wanted to say. But I knew the conversation would not end well. But I got merch like the book. I got mugs. I got shirts. I got bottle openers. Or you could just let me hold a fucking $1 because we just heard him beg, but me asking to hold the fucking $1 is actually, we're just cutting out the middleman, dude. He's having to pay eBay and all share. I just let me hold the $1, man. Just $1, just $1. But I do want to have we are 190 hours away from having 4,000 watch hours and getting monetized. Almost there. And I bet you, I'm on, and when and YouTube calculates 10 days away. So as of 10 days ago, I was 190 hours away. And I get my low points maybe like 10 to 20 hours a day. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I'll have it beat by the next time we talk, but maybe pretty damn close. We'll see. But other than that, check out the Stand store. Let me hold $1. You can get some time with me. You can buy my music. I got all this shit out there. All right, Mecca.
I don't think I could have said that any better myself, everybody. And yes, we are on the farewell tour. It is a whole year before John Cena retires. So we are on the farewell tour.
Yeah, the whole year you're hearing me talk about that fucking disappearing, reappearing bald spot.
Exactly, the whole fucking year. The whole fucking year. And if I get John Cena on this show, you'll ask him all about it, won't you?
Nah, you can't see me. Fuck John Cena. No, I'm joking.
Well, I expect that's your first question. That's what I expect.
Why can't I see you? Every time I try to watch you, I can't see you. No, I'm be like, why can't I see your fucking bald spot? That's what I want to know. Just don't.
I'm having a hard time seeing you, sir. I'm having a really hard time seeing you, John Cena.
I'm having a hard time seeing that bald spot unless you're live on WWE TV. I wonder why. Weird.
On that note, now that we've accomplished everything we wanted to accomplish, and the OTC versus the NTC, that's gonna be my Facebook status for like the next year. It's gonna be great. But on that note, I think that's a wrap, everybody. I think that's a wrap, and I don't know if we're gonna make it to next week because we might be canceled. So, we're going, everybody. Peace.
Wrap it up.